What's up, people? How are you? This is the Life Through Lens channel. My name is Vasil, and together with my friend Pinky, over there, he's a beer, Pink Beer. We'll talk about photography and videography jobs. We'll talk about lenses, cameras, we'll talk about the light, about the filters, about the soft that we use, preparing our photographs, preparing our video, about everything. And of course, we'll share our experience and all the mistakes that you can do and all the problems that you can meet in this job. And I was thinking what to film in my first video, because this is my first video on YouTube channel. Say hello to people.
What's up, guys?
He's a little nervous, and it reminded me about my first camera, Canon 600D. I was so happy to get it. Something bigger, little like a normal phone, and I imagine that I can do so beautiful things. I will create something interesting, but the main question was how to use manual settings of the camera. And this video it's about the manual settings of the cameras, DSLR cameras, mirrorless cameras, it doesn't matter, about shutter speed, about ISO, about aperture, how to adjust it, yes, depending of, I don't know, depending on the weather conditions or the light that is around you. And I will start with aperture. Yes, in manual settings it's really important, I'm sorry, white balance. It's very important, white balance, because sometimes you can't do anything if you really will break it. So aperture it's a lens setting, but shutter speed and ISO it's a camera settings. It belongs to camera settings. So the aperture, it controls the light that is coming in your camera on your sensor, making the image brighter or darker. It's very easy. And at the same time you can control the depth of field. What does it mean? You can keep the model, like me, in focus and sharp, and at the same time the background, everything that is behind, blurred with nice bokeh if you have a good lens. But if you do street photography, landscape photography, yes, you can keep and make the image full sharp in focus from one corner to another, just closing the aperture. It's so nice when you can control all these settings. How can you set the aperture? You can use the lens. Yes, if you have the ring there, I'll show you. So this is Tamron 2875 second generation f2.8, and it's a great lens, really, it's my horse. At the bottom there is a ring here. You can set it for focus manual if you need, but at the same time the aperture you can control. And if your lens doesn't have it, don't worry, you always can use your camera. And I do it the same. I use the camera. For me it's much more comfortable using the camera. Aperture is described with F and number or F stop. You can see the chart over there, yes, and you will understand the stops. And you have to know it. It's better to know it because each stop, each time when you change the aperture on a lower number or higher, you can get twice more light or twice less light. So if you change the aperture from 2.8 to 4.0, so this is one stop, you will get twice less light. If you change it from 4.0 to 2.8, or maybe from 2.8 to 2.0, you'll get twice more light. Don't be confused. If you have higher number, you get less light. Your hole in your lens becomes smaller and you get less light. But if you want to open it wider, you have to open it to a lower number. It depends on your lens. 1.4, f1.4, f1.8, f1.2 if you're a rich person, yes, it's really nice. And the stops are 1.0, f1.0, f1.4, f2.0, f2.8, f4.0, but you could see everything in the chart. But between, what it's important, between all these stops, you can control it and be more flexible. So you can change your aperture from 2.0, f2.0 to f2.2, f2.5, and then f2.8, yes. You can adjust the image how you like. It's really nice. Now the cameras can give you so many opportunities to get a nice image, just your imagination. And I use the app, my camera app. I have a Sony camera, and my app in the phone, I can control the image, I can change the ISO, I can change the shutter speed, the aperture, of course, white balance. I can start filming or I can stop it. But because I film in log, so Sony has S-Log 3. On your phone, it's a flat picture. But in front of me, I have a monitor and I use 3D LUT, and of course I can see everything how I need. The ready image. Wonderful. Today's technologies give you everything, yes. So I want to show you in this small room in my studio how you can get the full image sharp, but at the same time a little blur behind. You can see it. My friend Pinky is blurred, so the Ronin is blurred a little, my lenses, they're blurred. But if you will close the aperture, you will get the full image in focus and sharp, and I will see it on my monitor, yes, because I use focus peaking. And it's really interesting. I'll make the image dark, you will see it, but at the same time with my second camera you will see the settings when I will change, when I will jump and change the aperture. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it in my studio. Now I'm in focus, I'm sharp, but uh, everything that is behind me, my lenses, my friend Pinky, yes, my Ronin, is little soft, they are little blurred. If I will close the aperture, I'll do it until 8 nearly, yes, I will use the app, and I will use the remote control Godox to control my lights, because my phone is using now, yes. I like to buy lights and I recommend it to do it, doesn't matter the brand and what models of lights, but try to buy them with mobile phone app. It's so useful and comfy. So let's jump. Now it's f1.8. I will jump to f2.0, f2.2, f2.5. See, and next f2.8 is stopped. We are so flexible. We can control and adjust the light and the image how we like it. It's great, really. f2.8 is a little darker. f3.2, f4, I'm jumping, yes, f5, f5.6, and it's very dark. Yes, but my focus understands where is my head. It's really nice. It's really nice. You will see it in my second camera. I'm really surprised. Yeah. So f6.3, f7, let's do it f8 now. It's very dark, but the camera understands where is the head. Oh my god, I love it. Yes. So now we will adjust the light. We need more light. And it's nice that the remote controls, they are using through Wi-Fi, and it's great. It's not Bluetooth, there is no any barriers, yes, on walls. Ta-da! And I will raise a little the ISO. I don't want to set my second light or the third one. We'll raise the ISO and try to adjust the light how it was. Oh, whoa, 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 10,000, too much. So, a little, one more. Yeah, yeah, we are back. Yes, we are back. Great, great. See? And everything is in focus. Everything is sharp. My hands and the little, little in front of my head, yes? They're closer to the camera, but my hands are in focus, my head is in focus. So my Ronin, my friend Pinky, say hello to people again. My lenses, my GoPros, even the picture isn't sharp. My tube light isn't sharp. It's really sharp. This is the aperture, how you can make the whole image in focus and sharp. There you are. Now you understand how it's working, but you need more light. In daytime, it's nice. If you are in a property and you will get really a lot of problems if you don't have enough light. But it's working so. And outside, it's the same. So if you want a model, just close the aperture. And again, don't forget about depth of field. Yes, you have to know the distance to keep the full model, yes, in focus and sharp, because really wide aperture like 1.4, 1.2 will keep maybe the face in focus, but the hair will be blurred, or maybe one eye is in focus, but second one is blurred. You have to understand a little the distance where you have to be, yes, and yeah, again, you need the portrait or you need the full-size body, but the aperture is working. So I hope you will understand it. Let's return it back. We are back. Again, I'm in focus, everything behind is blurred. If you have a lens like even 24 millimeters, like f1.4, behind is going to be more blur. f1.2, again much more blur. This is f1.8. For me it's enough. It's a very light lens, and I use it when I walk with my Ronin. It's a Samyang 24mm f1.8 with autofocus. This is about aperture. I hope you understood everything. Let's go and talk about shutter speed. So the shutter speed, it's interesting too. It helps you to create something beautiful. And each camera, each photo camera, video camera has a shutter speed. Has a shutter, mechanical one or electronic one. Or maybe both of them, yes, it's nice to have both of them. My camera only has both, mechanical one and electronic shutter. And it's like a curtain. Yes, you have a window and you open your curtain and you get light into your room. So here it's the same. The shutter is opening, the camera gets light, and after that the shutter is closed. How I can describe you and you will understand just in a few words. The time that your shutter is open is the amount of light that your camera gets. Shutter speed is measured as a fraction of a second. Everything that is faster than 1 second, like 50 of a second, 20 of a second. If you forgot what is fraction, just use the Google a little and it will refresh a little your maths, or maybe ask your kids. Yes, so 50 of a second, 40 of a second, 500 of a second. There is a chart here. Yeah, you will find it here, and you will see. And at the same time, shutter speed has stops too. Between these stops, you can see on the chart you have the thirds to be more flexible again to control the light and your image. It's a part of a second, yes, 50 of a second, 500 of a second, 2000 of a second, yes. But if you have 1 second, it's just 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and you wait it, yes. You feel it even you push the button and you feel it. You can count 1, 2, 3. So 3 seconds opened, shutter, and after that you close it. How it affects the photography? Because video is little different. We have a constant controlled shutter speed depending of our frame rate. You don't change it always if you film in manual settings. In photography it's different, yes, it's totally different, and you will understand it's very easy. I will describe you everything that you need. If you have a static model that it's so can be everything or maybe anything, a model, maybe I don't know, you have a building or a car, maybe you have, and it's a static thing, yes, you can use 50 of a second, 40 of a second, yes, 100 of a second. If you want to use a longer, yes, shutter speed like 20 or 15 of a second, I can recommend you, and it's really better to use a tripod. At the same time, especially when you use long exposures like a long shutter speed, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, I recommend you to use a remote control, to use the timer, and to use maybe the phone app, yes, that will help you in this situation, because even if you will touch the button to make a photograph or maybe start the video, not start video, no, but to make the photograph, you will shake a little the camera and you will get blurred image. Believe me, yes. And if your hands are shaking, I don't know, like Parkinson, you have no chance to do a long exposure picture. You need a tripod and you need a remote control or maybe use the timer. If you have, I don't know, playing kids, maybe walking families, yes, you have to use a shorter shutter speed, yes, faster a little, because they are moving and you have to freeze them a little, keeping the body in focus and sharp. And if the kids are playing, you can use 500 of a second, 400 of a second. When I shoot family portraits, full body especially, and they're jumping, yes, I use sometimes 400 and 500 of a second, and it's enough to freeze the full body in an air. Yes, it's really beautiful. And if it's a car running really quickly on a track, or maybe on the streets, you can use 1000 of a second, yes. If it's a plane, of course, an air show maybe, yes, really fast object, you have to use 2000, maybe 1500 of a second. Just play with this. I can't say you exactly, because everything depends on the light conditions, weather conditions, yes. It's a lot of information, and you have to play to get the best settings, yes. If you want to do maybe a long exposure picture, yes, really long shutter speed, maybe 2, 3, 4, 8 seconds, and maybe catch the stars on the sky, astrophotography, yes, you need it. If you want to catch the movement of water, yes, it's very beautiful. You'll use long exposure, but you need an ND filter at the same time. It's better to have 1000, maybe ND 1000. It's in another video again, but you have to use long, yes, really long shutter speed. If you, I don't know, maybe you've seen so photographs, so pictures, when you have a nice town, yes, buildings in focus, the lights are okay, everything, but around you can see lines of light. The cars are moving, yes, and the lights makes the lines. It's a beautiful really pictures, and again people use long exposure here, a few seconds to get this beautiful image. Yes, the shutter speed controls the moving in your image. You adjust the shutter speed depending on how fast your models or subject moving in the image in front of your camera. It's very interesting. But at the same time, it controls the light that is coming in your camera, making the image brighter or darker, like aperture. And you can work together, aperture with shutter speed. So imagine you have a situation with a model, you want to keep the aperture open wide. Yes, you want to keep the model in focus sharp, but behind the background blurred. And you, because it's a bright day, you don't want to close your aperture, yes, to cut a little the light. What you do, you make a faster shutter speed, yes, 400 of a second, 500 of a second, and you get less light in this case. You cut a little the light, and see, you solve the problem. So it's a triangle. Aperture, shutter speed, and ISO, they work together, making the composition. That's why you have to know how to use them all together in this case. Yes, if you have a faster shutter speed, you will get a clear, nice image if you know how to adjust it. If you want to make a longer exposure, yes, you at the same time have to know nearly an estimate time, yes, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Just play with the things. There is no exactly the same amount of time for each photograph. Cameras are different a little, lenses are different, there are brighter lenses, darker little lenses, so you just have to know your equipment. And this is the main settings in your camera that you have to use.
What about ISO?
Whoa, Pinky bro, keep it calm. I forgot just. I'm sorry, yes, the third one, ISO. The ISO, I didn't forget. Yes, the ISO. It's a camera setting, and it increases the sensitivity of your camera to the light. You can find the settings in your camera. If no, you can find maybe the button on the body if it's a pro camera or maybe more expensive. And ISO makes your image brighter or darker, yeah, like aperture and shutter speed. The base ISO is different depending on the camera. All the cameras are different, and one camera can have 50 ISO base one camera 100, one camera 200, yes. And people say that you have to use the lowest one as possible to do not get noise, to do not get graininess, to do not get less color. Yes, because you are losing in color if you increase your ISO, you are losing the color, yes. And in my opinion, everything depends of the situations around, yes. If you need to increase the ISO to catch the image, yes, especially with today's cameras, modern cameras, you can increase it even 1500 and you will not lose a lot. Yes, the image is really nice at the same time. Even 2000, it's okay. Yes, you can't say to people that, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make the image. It was too dark, yes, I don't like increasing ISO. And imagine it's a wedding, yes. No, you can't say it so. Or maybe, imagine you have to get a bird, maybe, yes. You use a lens like 200, 600, it's a dark lens, usually, maybe f5.6. You get less light from the start. You have to increase your shutter speed a lot, yes, very fast one to get this bird in focus and sharp. You get again less light, yes, and the aperture even you have to close, yes. So just darker and darker the image. Of course, you will increase the ISO, and maybe it's not sunny outside, yes, you increase it 1500, 2000, 3000, it doesn't matter, but you will get it, because maybe next time it's next summer maybe to get this bird. Yes, it's working so. And I saw has stops too, like aperture, yes. Each stop gives you twice more light or twice less light. You can see the chart over there with shutter speed stops, with aperture stops and ISO stops. You will understand it really better. And why we have to know it, how to work with all of them together. That's why we call it like triangle, because we have different conditions of weather. We have bright days, we have sunny days, we have sunsets, sunrises, we can make photographs in nighttime, a lot of things, and we have to control the light, we have to compensate the light with our aperture, with our shutter speed or maybe ISO to get the best image that we can do. And at the end, when the light is coming into your camera, it's coming through your lens and you control it with your aperture. Then the shutter speed adjusts this light and the time when your camera is exposing, yes, to get the light and make the image. But ISO make your camera sensitive to this light. They work all together, yes. I hope this video was very useful for you, helpful for you to understand the base manual settings of your camera. If you just started the way of photography, yes, if you liked it, bro, make me a present. I need a like. Subscribe, please. I just started this channel. You'll find a lot of information about photography and videography, useful information, and for free everything. My name is Vasil, the Life Through Lens channel, and see you soon.